Ed here with the Digital Digest, and today I want to share a quick unboxing and first look at the Sabrent USB 3.1 enclosure for NVMe drives. Now, I don't have an NVMe yet. Sabrent did provide this enclosure for me to review. However, the 256 gig NVMe drive that I will be pairing this with hasn't arrived yet. Nonetheless, of course, I wanted to share this enclosure with you because it is value-oriented, in my opinion, seems to be well made, and then, of course, the actual NVMe drives that Sabrent make also seem to be priced well, and in terms of performance, at least the 1 terabyte drive seems to be a winner based on benchmarking. I believe it gets both 3,000 on the read and write side. So with that said, impressive performance for their pricing. Doesn't mean that they're perfect, of course, but for an external drive such as this, it seems to be an overall solid value. Of course, I haven't played with either of them yet, but that's just from what I've read, which is, again, why I agreed to even review any of their products. So with that said, you can see the package comes with, of course, the NVMe enclosure, a USB cable, a USB Type-C adapter, and then a set of screws and rubber feet. And that, I assume, is how you actually mount the drive, plug-and-play style. But you will have to actually unscrew it, of course. This is, I believe, an aluminum enclosure, so it is fairly heavy, a little bit larger than what you'd find from competing products. But overall, again, the quality should be fairly good from what I've read. So let's see if I slide this out. That was pretty easy. And you can already see there is the enclosure up at the top of the frame. Get the box out of the way. And yes, it is a little brick, but I happen to like the little brickness. Let me get it out of the plastic. I know you're all enjoying that noise. Let's go ahead and get that out of there. Now, this looks damaged. Now, I don't know if that's because I got a review unit. It may very well be, but you can already see all the mount points for the screws. The paint looks like it has literally come off, unless that's just the plastic overlay on them. I'm trying to see right now. No, I don't think it is. But there it is. You can see right there. Plug and play, just as I was saying earlier, you just slide your NVMe drive in and then screw it down. Now, this could just be unfinished this way because the rubber feet are going to sit over the screws, but overall, it is a very solid enclosure. That I can say without any hesitation or reservation. But let's move ahead to the actual included accessories, which I mentioned. You can see we get a adorable little hex screwdriver here, which you're going to need for this, bingo bongo. And there are the actual screws and the rubber feet. So essentially, you don't have the little piece of 3M tape there for the feet, although I'm not sure that that is going to be enough. I'm a little confused, a little bit confused. Let's take a look at the included cables. So I mentioned already this is actually sealed. Wow, I did not expect that. But I already told you it comes with a Type-C adapter as well as a USB cable. So what you can see right here is a Type A to Type-C. Hopefully that's clear. And then we have the adapter. So in the event you're going Type-C to Type-C, boom, you're in business. Although I have to say, at first glance, this side looked a little bit larger. Optical illusion. This happens. So that's pretty much it. You're just going to, again, plug and play. I'm not pulling my NVMe drive out of my custom build that's here in the office with me. That is a Samsung, but just pop it in there, screw it in. The rubber feet I'm a little confused about because this is not rubber feet. This is a piece of 3M rubber with adhesive, but that is definitely not feet. I don't know if I'm supposed to cut this up or what the story is. Actually, this looks like foam padding, so now I'm even more confused because that's not going to do anything to buffer this. But look, I might be a little bit off. I'm not seeing anything else in the package because once I screw those screws in, this is just going to possibly scratch whatever surface. So I might be missing something, or I may not be. Whoops. But either way, there you have it. Again, wait, something else is in here. It is me. I thought so. Okay, that's not what I thought it was going to be. This is of no use to us because I'm not putting this on a retail shelf. Little Sabrent has you covered. You want to extend your warranty to 2 years? Need help? Let's just see if this has anything about it. So they're giving you the installation guide, which I kind of already told you. Throw those screws in there, after you've popped the drive in. But I'm not seeing anything about the rubber feet. So they aren't mentioning anything about the rubber feet. So I guess there are no rubber feet. It's just saying to reattach them, and that's that. So I guess the finish on this one, I'm going to wager that because this is a review unit, I don't have probably what you would get, because that finish, I can't imagine. Even once I put the actual, there is a layer of plastic here. So you know what? Let me just shut up and peel that off, because I bet you it's an optical illusion. It is. I am so sorry, Sabrent. So yeah, it's an optical illusion, kind of like the cable. So it is completely clean, and this is the rubber footing. So you're not going to have a problem. Disregard everything I said earlier in the video. Once you peel off this plastic, the simplest answer is often the correct one. You have your rubber feet, clean finish. I didn't get some wonky review unit. All looks well on this. And yes, we do have a nice rubber finish that is textured, not textured, but rubber. So it's not going to scratch your desk potentially once you are using it. So I'm glad I peeled off the plastic and went the distance, so to speak. So now we just await the drive, and then I will benchmark it. But as I already said, this is one of the best enclosures on the market, at least in terms of theoretical throughput for bandwidth on that Type-C port. And then, of course, you could use any drive, but I am reviewing the Sabrent because I requested that they would send one over for the purpose of this review. But even if that's not your choice in terms of NVMe drive for this enclosure, you can go with anything. Again, that is an NVMe M.2 SSD. And then you're in business. So just from an enclosure standpoint, I thought this was a good idea. Then I said, hey guys, why don't you send me one of your drives, since you make a pretty broad array of them. I mean, they go up to 2 terabytes. And they were like, all right, fine. We'll send you a 256. No such thing as a 250. But that's it. I'm glad I peeled everything off and made sure this was not intended to go 7 minutes, but hopefully you're still with me. Any questions or comments, please feel free to post them. Hit that like button. And as usual, please feel free to subscribe. Later.